Okay, I'm back. Like I said, I'm not a gunsmith, and I'll prove it to you. So I said, I'll just tap it out with this nylon punch, which I've distorted all the heck. Hey, let me get my light here. It's all about the lighting. And I beat this thing to hell trying to get this stupid thing off. No, it was not coming off that easy. So then I upgraded to a brass punch. So I had to literally use a regular hammer to get this thing off. This thing was welded on there. But it did finally come off. And what happened was someone used some kind of crazy super glue on there. I don't know if I can catch that or not on camera, but it was welded on there. But it came off, needless to say. And here it is. And those are the bashes that I did on it. Let's see if I can get better lighting here. Is that better? Look at that. I had to pound the living piss out of this thing. But it came off. So a little ballast all in there, and it did come off. Just some tips. I also use these rubber shims to put in the vise so I wouldn't damage it, and it doesn't look like I did any damage to it, hopefully. But I had to whack it, I mean pretty damn good, to get that thing out of there. Can you hear me? Is this loud enough? I don't know. Like I said, give me feedback whether this is lousy lighting, good volume, or shadows or what. I can tell you right now I'm having a problem with this with lighting, so yeah. Alright, so now I want to take my, you know what, before I do this I should probably clean this up a little bit because it looks kind of dirty. So I'll use a little ballast all here and let that soak in there for a little bit. And oh, by the way, I have to give props to Weaver because this is the kit that I had to use to take this stuff off. I didn't use a hammer, but I had to use the brass punch. And if that brass punch didn't work, I was going to use this 3/10 punch, steel punch, to get this thing out. But the brass punch worked fine. And I got that at, whoops, at Buds, I'm not Buds, sportsmansguide.com. Alright, so now that's in there a little bit. I'm going to, it's all about the tools. Get a nylon brush that kind of came with the Glock. And I'm going to clean this up a little bit, hopefully. Obviously, you don't want to use a steel bristle brush because it'll mess up the coating here. It's got some like red stuff on there. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera. It's got a little chunk of red. I don't know if that's Loctite or what, but it's coming off a little bit more. And let me tell you, this ballastol stuff is great. I had never used it, and I got hooked onto it from YouTube. Alright, and that looks pretty clean right now. So now I'm going to drop this in. And I guess, I think here. I tapped it out this way, so I should go back in this way. I might have to do some filing here if it doesn't go in nice and neat. Let me get my nylon brush, my nylon hammer. see how far it goes in. If it doesn't go in 3/4 of the way, then I'm gonna shimmy some of the stuff off. And by the way, did I mention I'm not a gunsmith? It's going in okay. So now I'm gonna use my nylon punch. Am I catching this on camera or what? Try to get this on a little bit. And look, I'm blind as a bat, so I gotta use these things. But you know what? They give you bionic vision. And you can see. Being able to see is important when you're doing little stuff like this. Alright, I am going to keep tapping that in there. So, I'm going to get my brass punch. Still not quite. And did I mention I'm doing it just tap by tap? Yeah, it's still not in quite right. And I'm not going to use any Loctite or anything just because if this is press fitted, you shouldn't need it. Getting there, little by little. And I shoot a little bit to the left, so I'm gonna try to get this thing a little bit to the right. And it's starting to look pretty decent. And, I don't know, let me see. I know I'm a little bit right, but you know what? Like I said, I shoot left. But you'll be able to center it a little better once you get that front sight on there. Let's get the front sight on here, and basically what this is that same screw. You gotta take that sucker off like that. You see that? And this is obviously towards the shooter. Tap that in there very lightly. And then this is going to go in. This I'm going to use Loctite. Where's my Loctite, damn it? I use the paste. Why? Because it's not as messy, and I can just apply it like this. And what you want to do is get... Hello, where's my Glock tool? That's what happens when you fall off a motorcycle right there. See that? And I did have a jacket on. Okay, so it's in there. I'm going to put some more Loctite on. Like that. I don't know if this camera's picking up this or not, but whatever. And then I'm going to hold it this way and get it on. Like this. If I can even see this shit. Son of a dick. Back in there. And you don't want to over tighten it. Just once it's tight, go tight again. Lay off of it, come back, tight, lay off of it. It's still wiggly. I'm going to tap it just to make sure that I've got no space there. That definitely cleared up some slack. I'm going to check this. I got still a little bit of wiggles, so tap a little bit. Tight. Still wiggles, Jesus. Tap it. You got to work it, man. You can't just go balls to the wall here. It still wiggles. Man, I'm not digging this looseness here. What the hell? I guess I'm just going to keep going until it's tight. Whatever. What happens, happens. I don't want to go too crazy where I strip this thread. But you see that? Man, that's bright. One thing I'm looking at this right now is that it's way right. So I'm going to give it another whack to the left. Maybe it would help if you don't use the Glock tool. Here's my damn punch. And I'm just eyeballing it. That looks nice. Very nice. You picked it up? Boom. And let me tell you, this is bright. One thing that I am going to criticize is that this front sight is long as hell. So what that's going to do is that's going to somehow affect your line of sight with how you line up your front and rear sight. Obviously, like a rifle, the longer the distance between your rear and front sight, the better of a point of view or a more effective how can I say this, more effective aim point you're going to have. I am drastically minimizing the distance. So if I were to take my old sight and show you what I'm talking about, this is my old sight right here. Boom. And before I was looking at this all the way to the front, now I'm looking at this here. So I don't know if that's going to affect my aim or not, and I'm still not digging this looseness here. What the hell? Where's my Glock tool? I don't like the way this is loose. What the hell? I don't feel like I can tighten this any more than I already have. So I don't know. Let me see. You know what? It's kind of dirty in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean that up a little bit. Maybe that'll help it a little bit. Old toothbrushes. That's what I use. I don't know if that did anything or not. But it was dirty in there. Microfiber rag. Isn't it funny how you know what I'm saying already? Okay. Maybe that cleaned it up. I don't know. But I'm going to try it again. That looks clean. Drop this sucker in there. Hello? Nylon part. I don't like that wiggles, man. You know what? Should I go for some light Loctite under there? I'm gonna do the liquid stuff. Where's my liquid Loctite? Hello? I got some liquid Loctite here I'm gonna use. And make sure you shake it first before you use it. Believe it or not, because this stuff gets coagulated in there. How long is this video gonna be? Jesus. So, you know what's funny? Under there it says GT. Did I pick that up? It says GT under there. What the hell is that? No idea. It's a Grand Touring version. Come on, glue. You kidding me? There's nothing in here? Oh, your mother. There we go. I'm gonna put it all down this thing. See if that does anything. Okay, I'm reloading. Alright, it snaps in. That's in there. You know what? It looks like it fits a little better now. Where's my screw? Loctite. Get it in here. By the way, my favorite YouTube gun guy, Hickok 45. I wish he was my grandpa. He's awesome. Guy can shoot a Glock 26 like someone would shoot a 1911. Amazing. If you want to see somebody shoot a gun, go to his channel. Okay, and again, this is really hard to do if you can't see right. Get it in there. Alright, it's in. And the cool thing about it is that the Loctite goes through. Yeah, it goes through to the other side, so hopefully that'll seal it up. Do I still have that wiggle? No. Guess what? The wiggle was dirt. Mother sucker. It doesn't wiggle anymore. I like it a lot. So tight, and that's it. Once it doesn't tighten up anymore, I leave it be. Toothbrush. Where's my little toothbrush? Hello? Boom. Clean it up. I don't like that Loctite stuff floating around in there. Let's see. And what you want to do is, and I ran out of damn Q-tips. Son of dick. I don't even know if I'm putting it on some YouTube or not. That's tight. How's that? Man, that looks pretty good. Boom. Should I turn off the lights? Alright, let's turn off the lights here. See if we'll pick it up. Off. Pick it up. Yeah. I'll take it. Back on with the light. That's really it. I've got some brass marks up here, but that'll come off with A little bit of oil. That's why you gotta use a brass punch for this stuff, or aluminum punch, from what I've learned. Because if not, you mess up your junk. And I'm gonna shoot this and take my punch and hammer to the range. Oh, guess what I saw? That same little, where's my flashlight? That little same Allen thing is there. See it? So I can tighten that sucker down, and I'm guessing that's going to be 1/16. Let's see. Where's my kit? Hello? Hello, 1/16. Is this it? 2/5? No. 1/5? 1.5 maybe? What the hell? 1/16. Here we go. So, yep. By golly, that's it. Tighten it down just a little bit. Boom. Love this little toolkit. What else do I need to do here? I cleaned it up, Loctited, checked. I cleaned the front sight. That looks good. Man, that looks really good. Let's put the gun back together. And if you're watching this, you know how to put a Glock together. You got some issues. Where's the rest of my gun? Hello? Here it is. Before I put this back together, I'll clean it up a little bit. Oil. Glocks don't need a lot of lube, but just enough to coat the stuff, the metal parts. My Glock is probably the only weapon that I won't use this micro applicator to get the specific parts. I just spray it with a little bit of stuff and I'm good to go. Look how dry this is, and yeah, it'll shoot like that. Why? Because it's a Glock. But let me show you how to do it anyway. Anyway, on the shiny parts, or the parts that come in contact with friction, slide on this part, slide here, a little bit over here. Don't mess with the firing pin. I do a little bit behind the firing pin just so I can move a little bit. Here's my barrel. Here's my barrel. I take a little bit, coat it. Make sure you get between here. There. I just put some humidity in my barrel, but what I'll do is, while I got you on camera, I will get my bore snake. What the hell is my bore snake? Hello? Bore snake. Here we go. And obviously from the end part of the barrel. And I've already wet this with, this is pretty much permeated with Ballistol, but I'll put a little bit more just for all of it. Let's see what that looks like. And I don't know how to get this on camera. Whatever. Does it look good to me? Can't see him from my house. Looks good. Okay. Drop this sucker in here. Put this back on here. Boom. Function check. My Glock safety works. Locks back. Point in safe direction. It works. Mag. I'm gonna drop the mag. Yes, it drops the mag. Do everything twice. 3 times if you have to. I rack it a few times just to get that oil through. And then just to make sure that it goes without doing it manually. And that's it. I'm happy. Man, let me tell you, you really can see that up close as opposed to seeing a dot like 5 miles down the road. That looks nice. So then I'm going to take it to the range, take my 1/16 bit with me, hammer, and a little bit of Loctite, test it, and that's it. So comment, let me know how you like my YouTube video, if there's anything I can improve on it. I might make a couple more of these just for the hell of it. Gives me an excuse to get away from the missus. Anyway, join the NRA. Be safe with the firearms. And whenever you're working on a firearm, what I like to do is keep a loaded firearm, just in case anyone wants to do any funny business. That way, if anyone breaks in your house, you don't have a gun because you're working on it. What are you gonna do? Hold on, sir, while I put my gun together. All right. Peace. Remember,